When Lamborghini gives you a Urus SE for 48 hours, you do what every sensible person would do. Drive through 4 provinces. And that's exactly what I did. In the last video, we drove through 3 provinces, chased mountain passes, and put some serious kilometers on the Lamborghini Urus SE. However, there's still 1 province left on our mission, and only 1 more day with the Lamborghini Urus SE. So, with the clock ticking, I set out to complete the journey, learn more about the Urus SE, and see what a perfect Sunday road trip looks like. Saying goodbye is always a difficult thing. So with the Urus SE, I didn't want to do it in a sad way. So for the last day, I had a rather simple mission. Get coffee and get breakfast. And also go for a little drive. With the first mission in mind, we went to our local shops. But what we found in the parking lot was rather interesting. See, the whole parking lot was filled with beautiful cars. However, I was not left wishing for more as I sat in the Urus SE, which led to me wondering why. So I went to Port Elizabeth, the Top Gear, to find out why exactly I like the Urus SE. Welcome to PE and welcome to a different Urus SE, but still beautiful nonetheless. And that brings me on to my first talking point, the exterior styling. I mean, seriously, look at it. It's aggressively beautiful. One of my favorite revisions up front are these new headlights that incorporate these DRLs that resemble the tail of the raging bull on the Lamborghini logo. It's a small detail, but once you notice it, you can't help but appreciate it. Now, although the front fender vents aren't functional, they do exactly what they're meant to do. Look visually appealing. At the back, things get even more interesting. The rear end is sharper, tighter, and it almost looks like a Gallardo is trying to break out of the rear end of this car. The taillights are slim and angular, wrapping around the rear with that unmistakable Lamborghini Urus signature. And then there's the exhaust. This is the standard system. No optional extras. And it sounds insane, which honestly leads me to wonder, what on earth must the Akrapovic system sound like? The rear bumper is cladded with functional air vents. They're not just there for drama and looks like the front end. These ones do more. They manage airflow at speeds and also make it look cool. And then there's the wheels. Massive 23-inch alloys hiding the largest brakes fitted on a production vehicle. From every angle, the Urus SE looks aggressive, menacing, angry, fast, even when standing still. However, still beautiful. Back in Joburg, I finally got my coffee and then I was faced with another dilemma. Here's the thing, if you had a Lamborghini Urus SE for one last day, would you A. Go and have breakfast at home, B. Go for breakfast at the Wimpy down the road, or C. Drive 30 minutes to Hazelwood all the way in Pretoria for breakfast? I'd like to believe that most sensible people would choose option C, so if you chose C, please be sure to subscribe because that's exactly what we did. After a short 30-minute drive, we had finally arrived in Hazelwood, a small area in Pretoria where good food and exceptional cars meet. And what I saw parked in front of my favorite cafe on the way to our breakfast spot had me drooling. Alright guys, so we parked over here, but if you look down there, there's another Urus SE. And over there, the GT3 RS. I'm not ashamed to admit that I spent a considerable amount of time swooning over the 2 Urus SEs, so much so that I had almost forgotten about how hungry I was. So we carried on with our mission to try out every restaurant in Hazelwood. Welcome to 23 on Hazelwood. Breakfast was great, and to help digest and whatnot, I decided to drive to the fourth province of the weekend, the Northwest. But before we go to the Northwest, let's address the elephant in the room. What exactly does the Urus SE drive like, and did Lamborghini make a mistake by making the Urus SE a plug-in hybrid? To answer that, let's head back to PE.
So let's chat about the Urus SE. How does it feel to drive this monster? Now, to start this day off, we're going to be in EV mode. As we leave the beach, as we leave this nice residential area, we don't want to bother people, so we're going to just waft around silently in a mode that I never thought I would ever see in a Lamborghini. Now, the hybrid system in this car works so seamlessly. You don't need to fiddle around with things and try to figure out what mode you need to be in. As a matter of fact, if you start the vehicle in EV mode and start driving, it will stay in EV mode until you get above 64 kilometers an hour. Thereafter, that 4-liter V8 fires to life, and it gives you everything and more you will ever need.
Okay, that sounds nice, but does it come at the sacrifice of performance and emotion?
Once you get going in Corsa mode, this thing is an absolute riot, just waiting for the command to attack, and trust me, when your right foot gives it the command, this thing obeys absolutely immediately. Now, with that hybrid assistance, you feel almost no lag and the power is instant. The moment you think about going, the car understands exactly what the assignment is and it gets an A++. This car does not fall short in the sound department neither. It's got absolutely everything and more you need in a car. As a matter of fact, I don't understand how Lamborghini got away with making a car that sounds this good and this loud in 2025. However, bravo.
Just out of curiosity, what 0 to 100 time did you get?
Let's launch the Lamborghini Urus SE and see what this thing is all about. All you gotta do, put your foot on the brake, make sure you're in Corsa mode, get on the throttle, and oh god. Wow. Dude. The shifts in Corsa mode absolutely uppercut your back, dude, in the best way possible. This is undoubtedly Lamborghini.
Okay, so what would you say differentiates this from its competitors that share a similar platform? And also, how is the overall package of the Urus SE?
We see the comparisons with the other cars that share the same chassis as this thing. However, what I can definitely tell you with no fear of contradiction is Lamborghini tuning is Lamborghini tuning. Lamborghini engineering is Lamborghini engineering. And this car reminds you of that at every single given time, man. It's an absolute riot. It's emotional. It's soulful. This is what we need more of, guys. Like, it's an era where most manufacturers are going soft. Lamborghini has taken the initiative to, number one, look out for the environment. So I feel like right now, all the fresh air that you guys are breathing, I have contributed somewhat to it with this hybrid V8. Absolutely amazing, right? Secondly, I just feel like this car right here is what hybrid vehicles should be like. They don't need to lose soul. They don't need to lose character. As a matter of fact, that battery and e-motor does anything but take away from the experience. It fills in the gaps that the engine falls short of, and honestly speaking, I can't hate it.
Thank you for that technical tea, if I can call you that. Anyway, back in Joburg, the trip to the fourth province of the weekend was in full motion. But what exactly was it I was going there for? See, throughout this series, I've highlighted just how animalistic the Urus SE can be. So, I set out to find which animal can best describe the Urus SE. Besides a raging bull, of course.
Please be warned, if you are scared of snakes and stuff like that, we are going to be showing snakes and stuff like that. So maybe just grab your little safety blanket and some more snacks because we are almost there, guys. We are 46 minutes away. And in a Lambo, that is almost. Let's go. Onwards and upwards.
a quick drive to the 4th province, we crossed over in under 48 hours. We arrived at the one place where we definitely find an animal that would best describe the Urus SE. Cue the African music.
It's moving. Guys, look at the size of these tortoises. What on earth? I thought these were just like fake until this one started eating over here. Look at that dude. Okay guys, and we have some caracals over here. These are Woolworth's cats right here. Guys, look at the honey badger. That's one of my favorite animals of all time, guys. If you know, you know. These things are afraid of absolutely nothing. He might look small, but trust me when I say that dude right there is a very, very fierce animal, guys. I think if anything, that thing's personality and its character gives Urus SE. So far, that is the animal that is closest to the Urus SE. Just look at him doing laps, guys. He's training for something important. What it is, I don't know. Okay guys, so we're at the next enclosure and I think I found it. I don't know if you guys can agree with me, but look what's behind me right there, guys. We got 2 jaguars. Guys, side note, the honey badger is still just doing laps, eh? Hey dude, can I tell you something? You should buy a Lambo. Yeah, it's sick. Guys, and now she's running away from him. Look at this broer.
Yeah, it's safe to say that didn't resemble the Urus at all. What I saw next though,
That is terrifying. Guys, tigers are my favorite land animal and I've never seen one until today. There's one over there. Is there another one inside here? No? Look at the size of this guy. That is the Urus. That is the Urus right there. That is the Urus. Mission accomplished, guys. We found it. And then the king of the jungle. Look at that. Look at that. Gee whiz. And then over there we got Mufasa just chilling. Look at him. The king of the jungle. Okay, I think that might be the Urus then, guys. I don't know, I'm a bit confused, but help me decide in the comments. That's a lion, guys.
after hearing the lion roar, the Urus SE wanted to let out some visceral noises of its own. Over the course of a single weekend, we took a Lamborghini Urus SE across 4 provinces in under 48 hours. We climbed mountain passes, chased the most scenic roads we could find, and somehow put over 2,000 kilometers on the clock. But this was never about ticking destinations off the list. This was about time behind the wheel. Real time. Learning what the Urus SE is actually like when you live with it, drive it hard, and put it through its paces on South African roads. What became very clear to me is that this isn't just a Lamborghini with batteries attached. It's a deeply and purposefully engineered machine. From the outside, the Urus SE looks sharper and purposeful. The redesigned front end with its bull-tail derails give it a more aggressive identity, while the rear tightens everything up. Slimmer taillight, stronger shoulders, and an overall silhouette that feels closer to Lamborghini's sports car DNA than ever before. Massive 23-inch wheels and enormous carbon ceramic brakes reminds you that this isn't just an SUV built for point A to point B. This is a performance vehicle, a serious one. Inside, the Urus SE walks a fine line between luxury and intent. High quality materials, multiple screens, and subtle performance cues make it feel special without being overwhelming. It's a place you can spend long hours in, and we did. And the crazy thing is, it was without fatigue. It was comfortable, it was refined, and it was unmistakably Lamborghini. The hybrid system is where the Urus SE quietly and quickly changes the conversation. The electric motor doesn't dilute the experience, it enhances it. It fills in the gaps, smooths the delivery, and makes the V8 even more responsive than ever before. There's no awkward transition, no loss of power, just effortless torque, instant response, and a sense that everything is working together in perfect harmony. With 588 kilowatts and 950 Nm of torque, the Urus SE is brutally fast. But more importantly, it's composed. The rear-wheel steering keeps it agile when the road tightens. The chassis remains calm and confident even when the road narrows and the pace increases. It almost feels as though the Urus SE molds itself around you the harder you drive it. And I guess that's why this experience was so special. It was filled with long days, early mornings, mountain roads, empty highways, and real driving. Through all of it, the Urus SE never felt confused about what it's meant to be. This right here is Lamborghini's answer to the modern performance SUV. A family car that doesn't feel compromised, a hybrid that doesn't feel soulless, and a super SUV that puts emotion and performance first. The Urus SE isn't trying to be everything for everyone. It's trying to be a Lamborghini first and everything else second. And my oh my, did it succeed.